This is a video explanation of the last example from lesson number 73, 5.1a. So sorry, class period 2, because I butchered this example in class, so I'm just making this video for you in particular. We're starting off with the given information that cosine of theta equals 0.34. We want to use that to find the answer to the sine of theta minus pi over 2. The kinds of properties that we're going to use are the odd-even properties and the cofunction identities. Just putting up here, front and center, a couple of odd-even properties that we might want to use. Notice that we usually have pi over 2 minus theta. So I really do not care for how this original is written, theta minus pi over 2, knowing that my properties are always pi over 2 minus theta. I want to get these two pieces turned around there. There's no such thing as factoring out a negative out in front of the sign. So I'm just going to factor out a negative while I'm inside of parentheses. In doing that, that's going to allow me to rewrite negative theta plus pi over 2 as pi over 2 minus theta. Okay, next, I have a negative right here that I don't want there. But ultimately, pi over 2 minus theta is just another angle measure. So we have negative angle measure. Up here, negative angle measure. That negative can be moved out front. Again, not because I'm factoring out a negative, but because I'm applying the odd-even properties. So I'm going to move that negative out front. The next thing I need to do is turn this into cosine because I was given the answer to cosine of theta. If I want to turn sine into cosine, I can use the cofunctions property. For example, the sine of 30 degrees is the same as the cosine of 60 degrees because 30 and 60 together make 90. So I'm going to turn this into cosine by taking 90 degrees minus this angle. Since I'm in radians, that's going to be pi over 2 minus this angle, and then it becomes cosine. So notice pi over 2 minus this angle here. Just to put numbers in context one more time, if that was 30 degrees, then this would be saying 90 degrees minus 30 degrees, giving us the complementary angle in there. Okay, let's simplify what's inside parentheses. Distribute the negative. We have minus pi over 2 plus theta. So if we combine like terms, all we have there is the cosine of theta. The negative is still out front. And yay, cosine of theta, we were given the answer to cosine of theta. That was 0.34. So replacing cosine theta with 0.34, and then negative 1 times 0.34 is negative 0.34. Some of the things you should consider as you're doing these problems, whenever you see that you have a theta and a pi over 2, if it doesn't come in the order of pi over 2 minus theta, you want to factor a negative out, and then you'll decide what to do with that negative. You might move the negative to the front, or you might just drop the negative off because the odd-even property for cosine of a negative angle is cosine of a positive angle. Once you decide what to do with that negative, then you can turn that into its cofunction, in this case sine into cosine, by finding the complementary angle. Then we're able to use that given information to get to the answer. With that said, you can now do problems 1 through 7 odd for this homework assignment. We will have some more notes tomorrow to finish up 5.1a, and then you'll be able to do all of the problems 1 through 37 odd.